What is going on, everyone? This is Nero again, and today for you, some Spec Ops gameplay. I'm on for 3. This is going to be an episode of Dear Nero. This is actually week number 6 of Dear Nero, so we're doing this for about a month and a half now, so it's pretty cool. So to cover on gameplay, I did not know, I was kind of a loss for gameplay going into this. I did not know what I was going to use. I did not have 20 minutes worth of gameplay that I considered, disposable gameplay. What I mean by disposable gameplay is that I could use in a video that's not discussing gameplays. That's kind of what I do on my channel. I discuss gameplay. And I have a bunch of good games saved up, but I don't want them to be, the kind of gameplay that you see in a Dear Nero that people aren't really focusing on or that I can't talk about or break down or anything. So I decided, hey, screw it. We'll go play some Spec Ops. I got a 20-minute game of Spec Ops Survival here on Terminal. Wow, I had a freaking name Terminal. And I'm playing by myself. And some interesting stuff happens. I think you guys will enjoy it. To give you something to look at. If not, do whatever, go look at Twitter or something. Just listen. That's Dear Nero. Dear Nero's about listening, not watching. So, let's just hop right on into this with our first question. He writes, Dear Nero, I'm sure you've heard about the X-Shaws, the Minnesota Burns dilemma, and the Raw Instinct controversy. I want to know whose side you're on and how you feel about each one of these problems. Joe from Texas. Now, this is a tricky one, right? This is tricky because Minnesota Burns is with Yaush, so I can say whatever I want about Minnesota Burns. X-Shaws is Machinima. I'm not allowed to say anything about X-Shaws. And so is Raw Instinct. At least I think Raw Instinct is still with Machinima. I don't know. So technically, they I mean, you can. They don't like you talking about other Machinima partners. But first and foremost, let's talk about Raw Instinct and Minnesota Burns. I don't know or care. I have no idea. I missed the memo. Apparently, I wasn't paying attention. I have no idea what happened between either one of them. I'm assuming it had something to do with Yaush. I know X-Shaws had was being very outspoken about the Yaush network, which I have my own opinions on Yaush, but whatever. I'm not going to talk about that now. But the whole controversy for them, I have no idea. I have no idea what you're talking about, so I can't really answer that question. I wasn't paying attention. I don't really pay too much attention to YouTube drama. But in the Raw Instinct case, that's a form of YouTube drama that you can't ignore because that's what everyone is talking about. So first I was like, first and foremost, this Raw Instinct T Martin thing, this has actually been happening for a while. I mean, this was like months ago they were talking about this, but then it kind of died down. Now all of a sudden got big again. Raw Instinct, in my opinion, 110% completely plagiarizing T Mart. It's obvious. It's obvious to me. And what really bothers me about the entire, scandal, for lack of a better word, is that he never once just came out and admitted it. He never once said, I'm sorry. He just sits there like this smirk jackass. He sits there in a chair and I just lost 25,000 subs. I don't care. What's T-Mart up to? And starts clicking away on his mouse, or keyboard, That's just, to me, I don't know, man. And then he goes on further, and people are calling him out. And at first he's been quiet about it. Now he hasn't posted a video in like a week, and so no one knows what he's really thinking. And then he comes out on Twitter last night. Well, this is last night, time he's saying this. And then he gets in this whole argument with Wings and calls him fat and says that, at least I'm going to live to see 80 and all this good shit. Just pulling out completely irrelevant things against someone. Like, let's say, for example, Mr. Boss for the Win. You guys are pretty familiar with Mr. Boss for the Win. He's a friend of mine. Well, good friend on the internet. He's really helped me a lot throughout my time here on YouTube. That's like me and him getting into an argument for me copying his videos. And then I decided to come back. And after me not saying anything for a long time, I decided to come back with the argument, well, yeah, you have glasses. Fuck you, Four Eyes. That kind of thing. Like Wings was saying, you copy, you plagiarize people's videos. And he's like, yeah, well, at least I ain't fat. Like, what the fuck kind of argument is that? Like, I fucking hate him. I don't know. That's as far as I'm going to go on it. Because, like I said, love Machinima, and I don't want anything to happen because of that. So, yeah. Not going to go any further than that. Many more people, I could go for days, but we're going to hop on right into a new topic. That sounds a lot better. So this one is kind of interesting. And, I don't know. This is a question a lot of YouTubers get, but let's go with this. He writes, Dear Nero, would you ever want to have a job developing for a Call of Duty or even any other kind of genre of game? Sanjay from Florida. I would not want to be a game developer. Anyway, I have zero, not an ounce of interest in developing a video game. I just like playing video games. I have no interest in learning graphic design. I have no interest in all the work that really does go into making a video game. To me, that'd probably suck the fun out of video games. Knowing the ins and outs of how it was made and all that kind of takes the fun away from it for me. I wouldn't enjoy that. Now, if someone like Treyarch were to say, hey, Nero, I like your stuff. I'd like you to come on our development team So you can draw up ideas, map ideas, campaign story plots, things like that, like a creative aspect, which if people don't realize, YouTube is just 110%, just a creative, it's all creativity. It's all it is. YouTube is creativity. That's what it is. I mean, the gameplay part, that's not really creativity, that's playing a video game, but, making videos, editing videos, how many videos I have? Like 400? Being entertaining for 400 videos, going out and doing that, it's 110% creative. That's what it is. And if I were to get, this will never happen, mind. This is never gonna happen. But if hypothetical situation, hypothetical scenario, they were to go, hey Nero, I would like to have you on our development team. I would like to, run some stuff by you. Like, what do you think about this gun? Or do you think, what kind of maps do you think we should make? Should we make this kind of game? Or that'd be cool. If you count that as being a developer, fine. It's more or less a consultant. But yeah, I do that. But in terms of like graphic design, actually, making the game, no interest. So this one's a new one. I've never actually gotten this question before, but you guys know who my brother is, so I guess you guys will get an idea about it. He writes, Dear Nero, I hear you talk about your brother sometimes, and I was wondering if you could do a dual commentary with him. I'm not saying an entire whole series or maybe just one video. Keep up the good work with your vids. Chris from Georgia. I've contemplated that, but I'm not sure when would be the right time. See, believe it or not, my brother actually wants to make a YouTube channel, which I don't know if he wants to make a YouTube channel because he thinks it's fun, or if he wants to make a YouTube channel getting popular. I don't know what his intentions are. He's only just told me that he wants to make a YouTube channel. He wants to get a PBR. I'm like, well, what would you post? He's like, Call of Duty, any other games. 'Cause my brother, mind you, is not a Call of Duty player. He plays like RPGs, MMORPGs, stuff like that, like Phantasy Star Universe, like that kind of RPG. Or I guess that's an MMO. But either way, weird off like games like that. Like I'm strict like a first-person shooter and like a sports style person when I play games. But he plays all this other stuff as well as Call of Duty now and again. So, but he's actually talking. He wants to get a channel, but he doesn't have the money to get a PBR or anything. So yeah, not. I mean, if he ever makes his own channel, sure, I'll do a dual comp with him. Or if he comes to me, he lives right upstairs. If he were to come to me, and say, I want to do a video with you, I'm sure that would be fine. I'm sure you guys would receive that well. You guys make a video with my brother. I mean, that'd be fun. I don't know what we talk about, but it'd be fun. I think that could be something that we could do. So this next one, hopefully that answers your question, by the way, Chris. This next question, this is a long one. How far are we in the video? Let's click here. Oh, wow, we got plenty of time left. Don't worry, we got plenty of time. Let's read this here. He writes, Dear Nero, what is your view on the Call of Duty community and where it's heading? Sincerely, Nick from Reading, Pennsylvania. The Call of Duty community, Nick from Reading, Pennsylvania. First off, I live in Pennsylvania, so that's pretty cool. You're not too far away. You're actually on the other side of the state, but still, it's kind of cool you're from the same state. Not too many people from Pennsylvania. Like all we ever is Amish people, right? So the Call of Duty community, I'm assuming you mean the Call of Duty YouTube community, not just like everyone who's ever played Call of Duty in their life. I don't consider them a member of this little community, this little niche of a community that we have. But I think it's fine, and it's always been fine. It's always going to be fine. People look like the people that like sensationalize drama, like the Raw Instinct thing. Oh, look how horrible this community is. Oh my god, I've got people copying other people, and it's horrible. The community's dead. No. That's so stupid. The people that post the videos like that, the people that say that, are just sensationalized Facebook fags. Like the kind of people that see anything. Like these are the kind of people that watch Teen Mom, on MTV and go, oh, drama, oh god. These people, they claim they hate drama, but inside they fucking love it. They love drama. The COD community as a whole, I think we're honestly one of the few gaming communities. I mean, that's coming from the viewpoint of someone who only plays Call of Duty basically and isn't really part of anything else. But I mean, Minecraft. Sure, a lot of people play Minecraft, but is there really a Minecraft YouTube community? No. I mean, how many big Minecraft? I mean, obviously like Syndicate, Pirate Puncher, bigger channels. Of course, they do Minecraft for the majority. But these people, they're not a community. They don't have the biggest like Painkiller already. We have Wheeze Gamertag, FPS Russia, and Wings of Redemption on there, and obviously a bunch of other guests. Got Only Using Blade, Redneck, all those people. We got a whole bunch of guests on there all the time. Those are like top of the food chain Call of Duty gaming channels. White Boy 7 Street's on there. He has his own podcast, by the way. All these huge people, they come together and do a podcast and bring on everyone else. That is a community feel right there. All your favorite YouTube stars are on there. They're talking together, just kicking back, having a good time. It's entertaining as hell to watch. When I play Call of Duty or when I play other games or whatever, I sit there and I seriously, I listen to old Painkiller Rays from like 2 years ago. I don't care. I think it's fun. Any Painkiller Ray is interesting to me because it's, these grandfathers of the community, so to speak. And how many other quote unquote, doing air quotes right now, you can't see me, communities have that? Like the top Minecraft guys, how many, do you have these top Minecraft guys doing dual commentaries together talking about each other's worlds? No. They just do their own thing. They work in their world and they post videos of their world and make videos of their world and put on their channel. There's no community. There's no dual commentaries. There's no, people interacting on Twitter. I'm just using Minecraft as an example. This can apply to other games like the Madden gaming community, or I know nothing of the game. I've heard StarCraft has a decent community, or at least a competitive style community. I don't know anything about StarCraft though. But Call of Duty, overwhelming. We have a great community if you think about it. And you think about what is a community. A community is like in real life, I live in a community. A community is my little town I live in. It has like 5,000 people in it. Or is there going to be drama in this little town? Yeah. Like the whole Raw Instinct, T Martin thing, of course there's gonna be a little drama, just like old Jim from around the way, left his wife and got some other girl pregnant. That was a hypothetical situation, but stuff like that. Just because there's drama in your little community doesn't mean like, oh god, the community is shit. No, the people that say that in their videos are fucking view whores that are just trying to sensationalize things and just make drama. Oh man, I want to drop names. I want to drop so many names. There's so many douchebags. Oh man, that are in this little community of ours. Now they try their best, to make everything seem like it's horrible, and they're so sensational. Like everything is just sensational to them. Like you'll never hear from them unless something's happening or unless something's dramatic. I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh, but. Are they making the community shit? No, because any form of community is going to have those kinds of people. It's just the good overlaps the bad. You can just remember that. So, I guess that answers your question. You want my viewpoint? That's my viewpoint. We are fine. COD community is awesome. It's not going anywhere. So just relax. Now this one bothered me. This next question right here, it bothered me. I don't know why it bothered me, but it bothered me. So he writes, Dear Nero, do you purposely not answer messages or you not have enough time to answer messages? I'm sorry, but I messaged you over a month ago on Xbox, and then I messaged you about 2 weeks ago on YouTube. I'm still willing to make a Spleef Arena, Minesweeper, Wipeout, and Walls for the Xbox 360 version of Minecraft for you. I don't want to sound like a jerk, but in one of your videos you said you respond to all messages. First and foremost, I do respond to all messages. That's what really bothers me, is that I do. And this guy, I'm not going to say his YouTube name, he says, oh yeah, first and foremost, he said he messaged me on Xbox Live a month ago. Okay, I get over 50 messages on Xbox a day, which that's not nearly the amount I get on YouTube, but I ignore Xbox messages. Sure, I might read one or two. For the most part, I delete them, because on Xbox, I'm not NerosCinema. I'm not this guy. I'm just Joe trying to play some video games with my friends or just play a video game. I don't want to be followed on Xbox. I mean, I may come off as somewhat rude or somewhat inconsiderate of people and like, oh, well, we're your fans, we deserve this, we deserve that. Well, picture it, 19,000 subscribers, 100 spots on a friends list. I'm not going to try and balance that. I'm not going to, add subscribers on my friends list, and then because I'm going to, in turn, I'm going to have to start kicking subscribers off my friends list to make room for new subscribers, and then the people that got kicked are going to get angry at me and upset with me, and it's just a horrible, it's bad. Then eventually everyone's just all pissed off at me because I can't add them, and so I just avoid it. I actually just leave them now. Like if I get friend requests on Xbox, I just kind of leave them there now. Because they take the amount of friends I have on Xbox, and then they take the amount of friend requests I have, and once that equals out to 100, I can't receive any more friend requests, and I like it that way, because if I go through and individually delete all the friend requests I get on Xbox, then they're right back there the next day. In terms of messages, I'm not going to reply to your messages on Xbox. I'm not NerosCinema on Xbox. I'm just Joe. That's my own little place. I can go there, talk to my friends, play some games, have a good time. I'm not there to answer fan mail on Xbox. I'm trying to just play a game and have fun. Now, in terms of YouTube, I do answer every question on YouTube. I get a personal message. I wake up every day. It's the first thing I do. Is if people have this stereotype like YouTubers, as soon as they get on, they go check their vid stats and they're like, oh boy, YouTube money. No, I don't even check vid stats. I get on. and I'll sign in to YouTube, I'll sign to Twitter, and then I will go about my business. Usually I open up my inbox and I'll read the messages. And if they're not stupid ones like, hey, why won't you add me on Xbox Live? I want to play in your Minecraft world. That got old real quick. I don't reply to those. But questions, comments, compliments, things like that. Some people are actually just genuine messages, not them trying to get something out of me. In terms of like friend requests, shout outs. You have no idea the amount of shout outs I get asked. Like, your stereotypical, I know you won't read this, but I put out really good content and no one notices me. I don't understand it. And it's like, I've answered this question many times. I made 2 separate videos of how to like grow your YouTube channel, and I don't know, it just bothers me. But I actually went back. This guy that wrote me this message, if we're still on the same message, mind you, it says I didn't reply to his message on YouTube 2 weeks ago. I went back all the way through July to the beginning of July looking for a message from you other than the one you sent me, and you were not there. And I went through 600 messages. So yeah, don't try and pull that shit, man. Don't try and pull that shit, because I do reply to every message unless it's stupid, and maybe yours was stupid, because it was not there. I went through and click. I forget how much they show. Like each page they show like 30 or 40 messages. Then you hit next and you see another 40 messages. And I scrolled down with my finger looking for the first 3 letters of your name. You were not there. So unless you sent it on another account, I mean, you didn't send me that message. So if that was just an attempt to make me feel like a jerk, it worked. I do feel like a jerk, but I didn't do it. I didn't do anything wrong. If you would have sent me a message, I replied to it. If it was a Dear Nero question, I didn't reply to it. That's because I reply to the questions here on there for Dear Nero. That's just kind of how it works. So hopefully that answers your... I don't even know if that was a question, but yeah. So the next question actually reads, this is an actual question this time. This is more relevant. It's about Black Ops 2. He writes, Dear Nero, I heard in Black Sox. Did I say Black Sox? I really just said Black Sox. It's 1:35 in the morning. Time me recording this, guys. My computer's really ridiculously slow and I have to render overnight. So he writes, Dear Nero, I heard in Black Ops 2 they're going to put an X-ray scope as an attachment. Do you think it'll be a good attachment to use or not? From Aaron from England. All right, Aaron from England. That was kind of revealed to us in the Black Ops 2 trailer, the multiplayer reveal trailer. And it kind of works, like you go up to a wall or something like that, and you kind of ADS, and then like your reticle, your red dot sight, your lens kind of like has this X-ray sweep, kind of like a UAV. And then if there's someone on the other end of that wall, like the outline of their body, you'll be able to see it through the wall. First and foremost, we know nothing about it. It could. I'm assuming it's an attachment. I'm assuming it's an attachment you can put on your gun, but I'm assuming there's some sort of downside to it. The biggest thing I can say about it right now, because I really don't have any formal opinions on it, the biggest thing I'm going to say right now is just don't think about it, because this is all speculation at this point. How many times do you go back? Okay, going into Modern Warfare 2, Hutch, legendary Hutch, who just came back today, by the way, pretty cool. Hutch, he was livid. He was like, oh no, akimbo submachine guns are going to be ridiculously overpowered. Really? When the game came out, they weren't. But before the game, everyone thought that, because what in the hell, two machine or submachine guns in your hands? That's ridiculous, But there's a way they balance it. Going into Black Ops, everyone's like, oh no, camera spikes. Those things are gonna be so freaking overpowered. It's gonna be ridiculous. Really? Of course, everyone thought that, but when you go into Black Ops, no one even used them. They didn't do anything. They serve no purpose. It's much more beneficial to actually have your radar rather than be able to tell what's going on your camera. So, my opinion, all speculation. I have two questions I want to get through really quick before the end of this. So I'm gonna try and hurry up and speed through this next one. Ian writes, Dear Nero, when are you getting your new PC? And if once you get it, will you start a Minecraft server? It'd be a good way for you to connect with your subs. Zach from Winnipeg. First and foremost, I'm probably not even gonna get that gaming PC. Yeah. So my whole idea was I was gonna go out and I was gonna go ahead and sell my car, which I really don't use my car for anything. I was gonna sell it, make whatever, get most of the money for the PC, bam, be able to make my money back, be on a live stream, be able to make better videos. Also, with an awesome gaming computer, I'd be able to make that money back, get another car, etc. Well, it worked out great. Problem is, I'm moving out pretty soon. I'm going to be getting my own apartment, and I'm going to need my own car. So I can't sell my car. So I have no way to pull $1,700 out of my ass right now. I could save that YouTube money, but I'm getting my own apartment, so I'm going to have to do that. So hopefully that answers your question. Maybe once Black Ops 2 drops, and a couple months after that, maybe I'll be able to get a good PC. But will I make a Minecraft server? Probably not, because I have it for the Xbox. I hate PC gaming. Oh, I'm going to get flamed for that. But this next question, how much time we got left in the video? Oh no, I have to hurry through it, and it's going to take a while just for me to read it. It's a long one, so we might have to skip past the actual gameplay, but that's okay. It's a long question. It's a good question. I think you guys will enjoy it. And please excuse my horrible reading. This is I'm probably gonna mess up words. I'll probably be slurring. It's gonna be bad, but just chill. He writes, "Dear Nero, I just want to say before we get into this depressing/stupid story I have, don't be so hard on yourself. Great videos, and I keep working. Keep up the content. I love your work. Now, my name is Zach, and I'm 15 and a sophomore in high school. I'm in this honors program where it helps kids get into college easier, which is great. The thing is, the work is hard to do, and I can't ask anyone for help because they are too busy fooling around because they already have all of it done and won't want to help me. The teacher doesn't explain it well, and I can't ask for help at home because my parents don't know how to do it, which I had that problem in high school, by the way. I did this program all my freshman year and hated it and thought it would be better next year. Turns out it was even worse. I do not know whether or not I should drop the hard class and try an easier class and maybe get a better grade but possibly fuck up my future, or do I deal with the hard work but maybe still get a horrible grade at that and fail? And now for the dropping out part. I saw that you dropped out of high school, and now I'm asking, I'm not saying I'm going to drop out. I'm 15. I mean, come on. So, but what I'm asking is, how did your family take news that you weren't going to be finishing high school till later in life, and how did you get through it? Thanks, Nero, for everything you've given us. You're the best. I just want to, if you could, just please answer this question, not even on Dear Nero, but just through a message. You know what it's like to hate school and how it is dropping out. That's why I'm asking you. Thank you, Zach. So that's something that not a lot of people actually knew about me, right? They did not know. A lot of newer people on my channel, you guys may not have known that. I'm a high school dropout. I am. And I'm gonna break down the story for you. So you guys know me. I don't know. Somewhat, I have somewhat of an ego about myself. I'm a generally proud person. I mean that in like I'm too proud to admit that I'm bad at something or something like that. Let's take high school. I mean, we're talking about high school. In high school, I was really good at science, or not science. I was really good at history and English. I was really good at that, but I was really bad at science and math. Well, it was algebra. But I was pretty bad at those. I was bad at both of them. And so it came down to the point where I was in my senior year. I was in all my senior classes. Everything was hunky-dory. Everything was normal. With the exception that I was still in freshman algebra and freshman physical science. Yeah. You know, I put out a lot about myself here on my channel, and that's one of the things. I was that bad at algebra and science. And it was one of those things that, you know, I'm a very quick learner. I learn things very quickly. And when stuff doesn't come that naturally to me, I have this tendency about myself to just kind of give up on it, which isn't a good thing. It's now that I'm sitting here, you know, in my room, you know, in a perfectly clear state of mind, you know, I realize that. I realize that's a personality trait about myself I wish I could change, and I'm working on it. But, you know, at the time, you know, back when I was, you know, 17, 18 in high school, you know, it didn't work. I just gave up on it. I realized I need to do like 4 maths and 4 sciences that year, as well as all my other classes if I want to graduate on time, and all that just kind of hit me. I gave up. I said, screw it, dropped out of high school. And, you know, I dropped out. I waited like a week, you know, realized wasn't probably the best move. I went back for cyber school. If you guys have never taken cyber school, they bring a computer, or they set up a computer in your house where you can do your schoolwork during that summer. I'm like, yes, I'm going to do all these maths and stuff this summer. Problem with cyber school, and the reason cyber school fails as much as it does, is cyber school, guys. It's all self-motivation. You have to self-motivate yourself to not sleep in bed all day and get up and do math on your computer. It didn't work. It didn't work at all. And so that didn't work. And but I decided, you know, I want something better than just to be a high school dropout, you know. And so I found out that there was a night school program. I had to wait like a couple months before I could actually attend it, but there was a night school program. And I went back and I attended that, got my GED, good to go. If you guys aren't aware, GED is almost the equivalent of a high school diploma. It's just not exactly the same thing. Like if you're filling out a job application, they won't ask you if you have a high school diploma. They'll ask you if you have your diploma or a GED, because they're basically the same thing. So I got my GEDs and that worked out. But if I could go back and change it, sure, I would have changed that completely. I wish I could go back. I wish I would have asked for help in high school rather than just being too proud to and just kind of sleeping through class. That's why I did math and science. I literally slept. Math was the 3rd period of the day right after gym, and so I didn't feel like doing anything. And then science was right before lunch, and so I slept right before then too. I just did not have any motivation. I did not understand it. I did not want to understand it because for one, it didn't interest me, and 2, it didn't come to me naturally. So that was a lose-lose situation because of myself, my pride, and my ego, and it was a horrible situation. My advice to you, Zach, just don't, dude. Just go forth. You know, finish your class. I'm sure you can do it. You know, if you got into it in first place, I'm sure you're obviously a bright kid. You can do this. Get through high school. I know it can be a pain in the ass. It can be, but believe me, dropping out is not the answer. And it set me back a few years, but I'm happy where I'm at now. I'm glad it's all over. And I really think, that judging from your message, it really seems like you're going to want to go to college. You really want to have a good future, and college is that's where you get that good future at college. So if you want to do that, go forth and do it. I'm sure you can do it. You have all the support of your family, I'm sure, and you can do it, man. So that's my advice to you. Just get forth and do it. How'd my family take it? Of course, they're disappointed, but they're happy that I went back, got my GED. Everything's good now, but it was pretty rocky when it happened. So just avoid it. Just pass the class. You can do it. Just work a little bit harder. You can do it, man. So hope you guys all enjoyed this week's episode of Dear Nero. And if you guys would like your questions featured on Dear Nero, send me a personal message here on YouTube with the title Dear Nero. I may not reply to them, but the best questions will be featured on next week's episode of Dear Nero. So that's kind of how this works. So hope you guys all enjoyed, and I also hope you guys all have a wonderful day.